Manila International Airport's Terminal 3, where my tour around 3 countries in Southeast Asia begins. And joining me is travel blogger Owen Nolasco, who's off to do a bag drop while I work my way in having my boarding pass printed from one of the self-check-in machines. Once done, we headed off to immigration, where we lined up for quite a while, had our passports stamped, and eventually made our way to the gates. As airline enthusiasts, we just can't resist stopping in our tracks from time to time to take snapshots of planes parked nearby. Soon our AirAsia A320 aircraft arrives, but we quickly needed to be in our assigned gate as the boarding process will begin shortly. As soon as it did, we fell in line, had our boarding passes checked, and walked our way to the plane. And before I board the aircraft, let me just do a ritual I've been doing almost every time, tapping the plane's door before entering. Like in any other airline, crew members would greet you once you step inside the aircraft. At times, they do small conversations while someone ahead of you is still holding the line. I'm sitting in the front row on this flight, just for a change, as I've always sat in the last row in many of my previous flights. So far so good. And while waiting for the plane's door to close, I take this chance to check all the stuff in my seat pocket. What I find is a laminated safety card with illustrations and directions on what to do during an emergency, another card offering discounted meal packages and snacks which can be bought on today's flight, a menu in the form of a magazine featuring AirAsia's in-flight meals, snacks, and drinks sold on board, a duty-free catalog, and AirAsia's in-flight magazine Travel 360.
Tuan-tuan ini adalah penerbangan AirAsia Z212 bilangan Padua ke Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Sila magbabahawan din patudu di barisan 1 hingga 5, 12, dan 14 adalah dihaskan untuk tetamu hati.
Once the aircraft door was soon closed, safety demo is performed. As we taxied, I got a glimpse of a Shaman Airlines plane that overshot this airport's runway a few months ago. A heartbreaking sight before we take off from Manila. We were soon airborne, and in-flight meals were handed out first to passengers who have pre-ordered them during online booking or have purchased them earlier during check-in. Again, I ordered my favorite, nasi lemak, along with coconut water and onigiri. Now it ain't fun eating alone, so again, I treated a fellow passenger sitting next to me.
This is Lester. Kasama ka mag-dinner, mag-lunch ngayon. Libre ko.
Thank you sa libre
At least meron na akong travel buddy. So makita mo sarili mo sa YouTube. And lunch kami ngayon.
Thank you sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right after meals, I needed to stretch out for a bit and hang out at the back, where a crew member recognized me for my travel vlogs.
Hi! Ayan, ano name mo?
Bea po.
Bea. O, si Bea, sabi mo kanina nakikita niya yung vlogs.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Your vlog.
Kasi mga vlogger doon sa Singapore and
Oh,
sige, oh.
you always travel together?
Kilala pala nila ako.
I don't know. Sa Kennedy.
Sa vlog, ano ba yung vlog?
Hindi naman nag-vlog yung vlog nila. Okay.
Kasama ka na, si Kay. Hihintay ko siya magbento ng souvenirs.
Okay. Sige.
Si Bea. How hard is it to apply as a cabin
How
crew?
hard? Sobrang hard. Hirap talaga. Lalo na open day. Ganyan,
Oo.
sir. Sobrang haba ng pila.
Maraming tao.
Siguro OA na kung sabihin ko parang PVP siya.
Really?
Oo. Lalo na open day.
How did you prepare? Paano ka nag-prepare?
Prepare yan. Basta, ano ba? It depends kung anong airline yung papasukan mo.
Did you try other airlines? Or
Oo.
AirAsia ka lumusot?
Oo. AirAsia chose me.
Oh, di ba? Anong pinagawa sa'yo sa interview?
Sa interview, wala. As in, ano lang, parang background na, work background ko sa resume, password ko.
You worked elsewhere before?
Girl Scout.
Ha?
Sa Clark, ito yan sa airport.
Ah, okay. Kasi Kay, anong story ni Kay? Si
Ako lang
Kay.
fresh graduate ako.
So, straight from school.
Yes, from Ateneo de Cagayan.
Wow, okay. Kasang kapwa na gusto mo pala. Yun.
Then I went to flight attendant school.
Ah, you did?
And then parang sila yung naging bridge for me.
Malaking tulong.
Yeah, it's quite a big edge as well.
How long did it take you to, parang you for that course? 1 year ba yan?
Kasi 2 months na yung course.
2 months? Okay. Yun, helpful daw. Nakikid-jamming ako dito sa likod. Kasi,
We have long flights kasi. 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Tapos ito, when you go back to Manila, 2 legs lang ito, day.
Yes, 2 lines.
Sa Malaysia. Okay.
Balikan lang.
Nagkakaroon din ng pasayarang pasaway. Marami.
So far, so good. Wala pa naman. Wala namang away. Wala naman.
Paano ka meron? Pero you're trained to handle those.
Yes, yes naman.
That's totally for
As for manual naman, meron mga pattern na kailangan sundan. Remember, meron ano iba.
Tony Fernandez na meet mo na.
Di ba?
Ako ang
Pero
gusto
yung
mo
ibang batchmates ko na-meet na siya.
Kumusta daw siya?
Sobrang bait daw. As in down to earth. Na very family oriented. Very content.
How long kayo nag-training sa Malaysia? So, you applied and then you passed the interview. You guys will be sent to Malaysia for training, di ba? Tapos how long kayo mag-training sa Malaysia?
Kami yung batchmates ko sir 2 months.
2 months?
I mean, it's almost 2 months na.
That's for everyone na... Hello? Okay. So, sige, yun lang muna. Thank you very much for sharing, Alea. Okay, thank you.
After a short visit at the rear galley, I settled back in my seat where it didn't take long. Crew members Bea and Kay would pass by to offer airline merchandise for sale.
How much is it? 330, I'll take that. Yung isa na lang, yeah. 730? Okay na. Thank you.
Not too long and we were descending into Kuala Lumpur International Airport. And as set by international regulations, carriers such as AirAsia are required to disinfect their aircraft cabins depending on the origin country of the flight. Right after touchdown, KLIA Terminal 2 shows up in sight. It sure is nice to see this amazing airport once again. This structure is one of 2 massive terminals at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, with Terminal 1 being used by Malaysia Airlines and other international carriers, and this one, Terminal 2, being used by AirAsia and other low-cost carriers. KLIA2, being enormous as Terminal 1, also has its own control tower to support its operations. Opened in May of 2014, one notable feature of KLIA2 is its SKYBRIDGE, where planes such as the A320 would often pass underneath it. Now you don't get to see that in most airports, as this SKYBRIDGE is the first one in Asia and the third one in the whole world.
So si Lester, uwi na. Ano, diretso ka na saan?
Diretso na ako ng Cambodia.
Sir,
Sir, thank you. Ingat ha.
Thank you sa
Thank you,
pagsama.
Thank you sa lunch.
sige sir, ingat sa biyahe sir. Ayun.
It's nice to meet wonderful people such as my seatmate Lester, who's continuing on to Cambodia. Likewise, it's also good to meet our pilot, who's cheerful enough to have her photos taken with her.
Oh, gusto niyo cabin ng ano?
Sa cabin pwede. Yan. Owen. Thank you ma'am.
Ay, alam ka rin kasi talaga
Oo
kayo.
nga, talagang nagandaan. Ginawa na nakabilo pa talaga si Cap. Cap, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yup, that was our pilot, Captain Jasmine. That's how bubbly they are in AirAsia. Meanwhile, we're the last ones to disembark and we're off to find our way out. And while doing that, we can't help stopping from time to time to get clips of this airport. For those arriving in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia via Terminal 2, this is what you're gonna see. A clean, quiet airport that has its surprises as you walk your way to immigration, baggage claim, and beyond. Now this is what makes Terminal 2 stand out. You don't often get to see planes go under a bridge the way these aircrafts do in KLIA2, which makes this airport quite unique in Southeast Asia. As we walked along further, we got to see the immigration area from a bird's eye view because of the huge open space next to our escalator. And after passing through immigration, we get to baggage claim where various shops immediately greeted us, even before Owen got hold of his luggage. Finding which carousel to go was easy as each one has a video monitor indicating which bags are coming out from what airline. And once Owen was able to get his items, we headed out to arrivals. The transition was quite abrupt, being inside a neat and peaceful area and suddenly moving into a vibrant and crowded hall full of shops and cafes. The arrivals connect to an area called Gateway, a bustling 350,000 square feet of retail space which include a hotel, as well as a big grocery store where you can pick up a few items before you go on your way towards the city and beyond. KLIA2 also has a station where you can connect to Kuala Lumpur by train, perhaps the fastest mode of land transportation to get you to the city in less than an hour's ride. And just a few floors below are booths that sell bus tickets that will take you to different points in the city or elsewhere. It's slower than taking the train, but simply way cheaper. Staying overnight or having a long layover, Owen and I are headed to an inexpensive hotel which is just walking distance from the airport. Yes, there is a place called Toon Hotel at KLIA2, which offer rooms for only a few hours stay and on a daily basis. Owen and I are flying to Jakarta, Indonesia the next day, and we simply need this place to rest and recharge our gadgets for tomorrow's flight. Now, I personally find this hotel quite convenient. Toon Hotel at KLIA2 is quite impressive, with fancy interiors, posh waiting areas that even offer free Wi-Fi connection, as well as a bar and convenience store that's open 24 hours for their guests' convenience. And this is our room where we get to rest for a few hours after our flight. as we needed to go and explore the city after taking a good nap. Later in the evening, we set off to Kuala Lumpur to have a hearty dinner at Jalan Alor, a popular street known for food. The place offers a variety of seafood sold from different stalls along the strip that we wanted to try each and every exotic meal they have, but our pockets only allowed us to try out a few ones for now. After that, we paid a visit to one of Kuala Lumpur's famous landmarks, the Petronas Towers, where after taking a few snapshots, we called it a day, thus concluding this travel vlog. Thank you very much for watching.